Welcome back, peeps, to the series where I give ADFOV players, aka console players, a bunch of tips and tricks to improve on their gameplay. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the close range combat action, right? So anything that allows you to be a more aggressive player. So let's jump into all those tips. So let's start off with the first thing, and that is when you are about to push a house, a stairwell, anything like that. Now, you can do this tip for every house, but again, that's going to take a little while. I do this tip when I know there is somebody in here. So if you're on 120 FOV, you could just open the door and you could take a look at all the angles, right? Just by walking in there because of your FOV. But with console players, you can't. I mean, if you walk in here, you don't have a vision for who's here. You can't see that there. You can't see this here. So it's pretty hard. So what you want to do before going into a house is you slide and you have to check every corner, right? So before you go in, you check quick left corner, right corner. Now, once you know that's clear, then you walk in, all right? So it's called corner checking, all right? Next thing, again, if instead of when I'm going in here, instead of just walking like this, because again, if I had to 120 FOV, what you want to do is quick check, right? So you check that corner, you check that area, and you quickly do like this. And what you do is you do like a slide cancel backwards. So you check like this and you check quick, right? So you kind of peek it. Once you know that's clear, then you move into the next one, right? Again, do a little quick check like this. Again, you go like here, make sure there's nobody in here, and then you go ahead and contest. So that's what you want to do. Again, super important. And the same thing when you do it on stairwells. Like, let's go over here. Again, instead of running up a stairwell like this, I'm to 120 FOB, again, you could check it. But what if there's somebody over here, a little sneaky bastard? So what you want to do first, remember, check the top right here. Once you know there's nobody here, then you check the secondary place, which is going to be right here. Remember, always check this again on 120 FOB. They always get that little cheeky player, which is always standing on top of the stairs. So check the top, and then immediately check behind you. And like I said, you can do this on every single place, but again, it's gonna take you a little bit longer if you wanna do this. So again, I only do this if I know there's gonna be somebody in the building, anything like that, then that is when I do it. Number two, something that is gonna greatly help you, and the thing that I would say, number one thing that's gonna help you in these close range gunfights is use guns that are made for hip fire. Now, Cold War weapons are excellent as that. The same with Modern Warfare guns, right? Like the hip fire MP5 or the hip fire MP7. Hip fire is going to be a lot better for you. And why is that? Well, because usually your sensitivity is going to be higher while hip firing, right? Not while ADSing. So if somebody zips past you, right, or is right in front of you, you're going to be a lot quicker on the draw with the hip fire than if you try to ADS. I mean, a lot of people on console have that lower sensitivity. So if a dude zips past you and this is your ADS, you're not really going to be able to catch it up. So obviously hip fire is going to be a lot better. Not only that, since we're playing on console now, most of the time we're obviously going to be playing on controller, the aim assist is going to be a lot harder and a lot better when you are on the hip fire. So with hip fire, you get the rotational aim assist, and you get a lot stronger aim assist than you were with the ADSing. So hip fire weapons are really, really good. Now, one of the best loadouts that I can give you right now is the Cold War MP5. This is a hip fire loadout. It's got great movement, great beams, and again, good hip fire. It is the agency suppressor, bruiser grip, static 50 round mag, collapse stock, and then the SWAT 5mm laser. Again, you can also, the OTS is an excellent choice. I still think the OTS is one of the best console weapons out there, the SMGs, because the OTS hipfire is just amazing, and I feel like the aim assist on that is super strong. And as you guys can see with hipfire, if somebody's right over here and you detect him, you can quickly go like this, and I mean, look at that, it's good hipfire. And again, good hipfire allows you to have good moves even on ADFOV, right? Because if you're ADSing, you have to transition from ADS into not, and this one allows you to a quick peek like this, go out again, quick peek, shoot it like that. So hipfire weapons allow you to be a lot more aggressive, like be on your toes a lot more, right? When you're in hip fire. So hip fire weapons are always really, really good compared to weapons that aren't good with the hip fire category. Now, number three, and again, one of the most important things is stims are your best weapon. Even for people on 120 FOV, you know they love to use them, and that is also a great ally for you. Now, I see a lot of people, let's say you only have one stim left, right? And you're gonna push this house right here. Don't ever use your one stim rushing that house and getting a lot faster to that house. All right, always use your stim in case of emergency. So let's say you're over here, you kill one dude and immediately somebody comes after you. Always use that stim to escape. It's always the most important. Obviously, if you have two stims, right, or you got restock and you're about to get that second stim, then yes, go ahead and use that first stim to get to the house fast. But remember, you always want to have one stim in the bank when you are already in the house. Never waste your last stim getting to the place you want to push. Obviously, unless you're getting shot at, right, and you really need to use it, then go ahead and use it. But if you just want to use it because you want to get there faster, don't. always use it while you're in the house. And again, that's super important, especially for console players. And again, the speed is the same, right? It's just the perception that 120 FOV players go faster, but the speed is the same. So the way you want to use your stim, it's, let's say I am in this room, right? Let's say I kill a dude right over here, and then somebody starts shooting me from behind. The way that you want to use stims is that you want to juke the other player. So what you want to do is somebody starts shooting you from behind. I'm going to stim. Obviously, I'll do it in slow motion right now, but I'm going to stim and I'm going to run straight towards as if I was going to go out of here. But the second before I get to this door, boom, I make a quick sharp turn and go right here. And again, here and boom, another quick sharp turn. So it's always super important that you try to evade that other 120 FOV player. So this is what it would look like. I start getting shot from the back. I move a little bit. I'm going to go like this and then boom, just like that, I switch to that right-hand side. So again, it's always super important that you try to juke and kind of evade the enemy's bullets, right? Or the other way around, right? You're going to go like this and boom, you go to the left one. Again, you go like this, boom, go to the left one and then go into here. So remember, always try to juke. Don't just like run in a straight line like this. Like a lot of people I see, they stim and they just run in a straight line like this. I mean, this like this, and the guy behind you is easily going to catch up to you. So remember, always go boom, take sharp corners like this, boom, sharp corner, sharp corner, sharp corner, right? Super important. Always take the corners. That is going to allow you to be a lot better. And again, you can do little juice like that. So for example, you're going to do like this, sharp corner. You wait for the dude to come by. As soon as he comes like this, boom, you go into like that. You can, even if he's on 120 FOV, you can still break the dude's camera if you wait for him. Now, that's also something very important. Let's say you're chasing somebody down, especially if he's on 120 FOV, you shoot him, he gets into this room. When you're an 80 FOV, something very, very important is you don't want to be the first one to rush in here. Let's say he's in this room, he doesn't have any way out. All you want to do is you use the Semtex. If you have, you throw it and you wait for him to come out, or you take the long angle right here, right? You take the long angle right here, because if he tries to do that thing where he tries to break your camera around here, you're going to be a lot better position, right? To, if he just sneaks by you, and again, because you have hip fire, you're going to be able to get him. If you rush towards him like this, from here, he could easily do this, sloop around right here and get you from the back. So remember, always super important, never be the first one when you're on 80 FOV. Don't fully commit to that enemy. Always take the long way around. Even if he goes to the right, boom, with a hip fire, you're going to be able to catch him. And again, remember, all you need to do is you need to be ready, because in theory, you already put a couple of shots behind on this dude, right? Now let's go to the fourth and final thing, which is using your mini map. And that is going to be super, 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 super important, right? Obviously on 120 FOV, if you kill a dude here, you got a whole visual of if anybody's coming to this, you know, to beside you or above you or anything like that. On 80 FOV, if I kill somebody in this room, the only vision I have is this room, right? I don't have any of the hallway vision. So why is your mini map super important? Well, most of the times when you're pushing a building, they have friends, right? So the second you down a teammate, again, I'm talking about Resurgence here, but super important when you down somebody in Resurgence, always check your mini map to see where that enemy is located. Now, if you can, right, if you see that enemy maybe is coming from this room, super important in 80 FOB, pre-aim, right? Pre-aim is always going to get you that win. But if you have the slightest doubt, right, even if you're playing Caldera or whatever you're playing, and you hear a lot of people rushing towards you, if you have the slightest doubt that you're not going to win that gunfight, it's always better to get outside wherever, recontest, right, replay it up, and then recontest, all right? Because again, here with 80 FOB, you're going to have to spin around like this, try to locate where the enemy is, and then start shooting him. So again, obviously, if this enemy comes straight like this and he sees you standing in the hallway, it's going to be an easy kill. So again, remember, with, again, compared to 120 FOB here, he would be able to see that enemy coming here. But if you're an 80 FOB, you're going to have to look for the enemy. So super important. If you don't think you can manage that fight, just get away, replay it, and then go ahead and recontest. And that is pretty much it to get a couple tips and tricks while you are close range fighting. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next one.